All right. Hello. What's up, everybody? Welcome. I am Zanny Dramatics, aka Zanny Derelict, aka Zanny Ocean, and I'm here with Kyra, Mordecai, Ellis, and Ari. We are the Derelict Collective, and this is the Derelict Collective podcast, episode 3. So, it's Sunday. Football is back. Everybody's excited. Go Cowboys. Which is really who y'all came to see, right? Don't do that, guys. I mean, how about those Eagles, huh?
Wow.
Philly kids.
Wow.
So you really going to start off being disrespectful?
Wow.
Okay, I see where this is going. You know what? I'm gonna head out. I can't.
It's all love.
Not today.
It's all love.
I'm hurting. I can't.
I mean, I'd be hurt if I gave up a 17-point.
First of all,
Did your team lose too?
It's not the point. We're not talking about my team.
No, we were talking about losers, so you know.
Y'all about to lose. Y'all about to joke it like Cowboys do.
We have, as of right now, we've not lost, so you can't.
That's,
in that
you know how sad that statement is. That's a Cowboy fan.
Meaning that she knows they're gonna lose.
Yeah, pretty much.
If they do lose,
when they
you're
lose,
gonna be as quiet as Skip Bayless is gonna be tomorrow.
Oh, hating ass white boy.
Wow.
Yeah. Y'all definitely gonna choke though. Cowboys always choke. They've been choking for 25 years. But I'm just happy football is back. I did not think it would actually happen. I damn near cried earlier. And then I had basketball on the same day. Great day. Football is back. I'm happy.
I would like to say this is the first time in NFL history that 10 quarterbacks that are starting in week 1 are black.
That's what's up.
Black.
Blackity black.
Quarterbacks, that's a big deal.
That is.
Huge deal.
Like, they used to say we wasn't smart enough to play that position. So.
Oh yeah, out there with Wonderlic tests and other
right
antiquated ass bullshit.
Like, if you caught your mother having sex with your uncle, what would you buy from the grocery store? And then, like, they'd be upset that these niggas look like, what?
like, and that's a failing score right there.
Right, now he's not smart enough. Like, what do you mean? They asked the one dude about his mom being a prostitute. He was like, I just stared at him. Like, yeah.
If trains leave Milwaukee and Los Angeles going 75 miles an hour, are chimpanzees actually monkeys?
Not can you throw the ball.
What?
That's what the Wonderlic test is.
They ask you less for government jobs. Like,
Real shit.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yo, I can read this playbook and I can throw this ball, nigga. What you want?
What are we talking about?
Football being back is showing me just how much, like, crew is actually at football games versus fans. There's at least 300 fucking people in this stadium. I'm watching the Cowboys game. There's at least 300 people here.
For a second, you don't realize there's no fans because it looks like a whole bunch of people. Then you realize they all work for the teams.
Like, it's ball people, crew, equipment managers, 100 motherfuckers all in blue t-shirts. You like, how are they paying all you niggas to stand around? Can I get paid too?
Yeah, they're paying them because we show up and buy $400 tickets for each game. That's how they pay.
Also, Cowboys merchandise sells out the most every year. Even if we don't win a Super Bowl, we still grow.
Yeah, people.
Okay, all right. Once again,
we have the best merchandise. Like
once again,
people do like buying loser stuff. That's true.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Kardashians sell a lot.
okay, no. You know why? Because the Knicks sell more gear than anybody else as well. So
Fair point. And we know they suck.
I mean, that was unnecessary. The point was implied. You need to tackle on.
My bad. That was wrong.
I don't like how you mentioned the Knicks with the Cowboys. I don't even
it's absolutely sure. Absolutely. Yeah.
Same shit.
You didn't drive my point home at all. That's not at all.
I think that was the point.
not at all.
I mean, we actually have to be a little bit more aware of, Will's feelings.
I mean, but according to Skip Bayless, Will is not allowed to feel. So, people will think he's weak if he feels. Because, you know,
Crip keeper ass white man.
like, who gets upset because, like, the dude talks about being depressed?
People that view
You
football.
know what it is? It's not just football. It's that whole like team mentality. Because you want like the superstar to take less money to sign with your team and just go out there and play and win for the team.
Right.
And team, go team. And the owners are sitting back there just like, yes, team.
Yeah.
You don't need this money.
You know?
You don't need
Like-
no money.
Like,
Take less money. Please take less money.
please take
Jerry never takes less money.
At all.
whatever.
You know?
It takes more money.
Did y'all see that yacht that he drafted on? That shit is nicer than my house. It's a boat. Like,
It's a boat. My man has
Is it saying
boat,
much?
a boathouse that's nicer than
like,
my house.
like, I saw his boat and I looked around my house like, you really are poor. It's wow. Like,
Instantly felt poor.
it's like, come on, man.
But all that macho stuff comes from up on top. Jerry Jones still thinks he's out here super macho man, and it doesn't surprise me that other people do the same thing. Not allowed to have feelings if you play sports.
I mean, also too, they're all very old. All these owners and things like
Old
that,
white men.
they're super like that
Old
old
and
school.
white.
You don't talk about your feelings. You definitely not talk about mental health, and it's like swept under the rug. You just need to thug it out, go to work.
Oh yeah, it still ties back into the, you know, kind of the shut up and dribble type of
Yes.
mentality. It's just
Right.
like,
Yep.
look, I'm paying you millions of dollars. Just go out there and do whatever I want you to do, and you know
Except
that.
Except for breast cancer, but
NFL,
the military awareness, but
yeah.
all the other things that
But
we
all
can't.
those things, like, I mean, like, those are great causes, but like at the same time, it's just the NFL just kind of tying things in to kind of be like, hey, look, we're not completely evil. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Then,
Like-
The NFL is a nasty organization.
I know some people out there that, like, I mean, there are some owners that are actually like really decent human beings. Like, I hate to kind of go back to it. But the guy who owns the Knicks, James Dolan, okay, the reason that he is a horrible sports owner is because he literally will sit there and be like, oh, well, something happened. Like, he goes above and beyond for those he likes. Okay, like, people have gone on record saying that he does great things for people, but it's just like, sort of running a basketball organization, you're just driving it into the ground when you keep doing that. But he'll sit there and be he'll sit there and be like, Ellis, I like you. You're going to be the starting power forward for our team. Here's $15 million, and the sports world is like, why?
Right.
Is you my
Yo, it's like, don't overpay that dude and don't kick Charles Oakley out of the game.
Right, yes. You know, like Carmelo Anthony had like a family member passing, and he's like, look, no worries. Take the keys. Here's my private jet. Fly it, bring it back whenever you're done. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't need it. Like, I'm not worried about it. You know what I'm saying? And like, so like I said, that it's not everybody's evil, but there's going to be some people out there who are going to be like, okay, yeah, just dude, look, go out there and do whatever I say, okay? Because I'm paying you to do so, and you should be happy that you're not working at McDonald's, because if it wasn't for me, you would be, type of thing. But yeah, who else wants to chime in?
So I'm gonna step in real quick because one, y'all know that, like, I'm gonna say this probably all the time. Like, I'm really big when it comes to mental health, and especially the mental health of Black men, because I feel like they don't really get a safe space to like effectively get all that stuff out, because they are told from a variety of channels that you have to be macho, you got to be masculine, and if you're not, you a bitch. That's pretty much what Skip Bayless said to can't even think of his name right now. Don't shoot me. Yeah, that guy. But like, to be that disrespectful, like especially during National Suicide Awareness Month, like, what the fuck? Number one. Number two, like, we already said that his brother was battling depression, then committed suicide. So he's dealing with a loss of a loved one and depression at the same time. Like, he's trying to navigate through life dealing with two major things that's affecting him from being able to play or even just get up out of bed every morning.
He lost his mother as
And
a
then-
teenager.
So he's
Yeah.
he's dealing with a lot of stuff, and he's probably never even been able to like effectively express it. So now he feels like he has a platform to say something about it because like he wants to be better. Obviously, he doesn't want to go down the road that his brother went down, which is unfortunate. But for you to sit here and tell somebody like, yeah, see a therapist, but shut the fuck up. Like, are you serious? So you want him to commit suicide as well? Because that's pretty much what you're saying. Like he can't.
That's what he said.
He can't be depressed.
Yeah.
Well, he can't talk about it.
He said you're the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys, as if that means you shouldn't be depressed. Like what? Like
is that shame?
Oh, man.
That is because like suggesting someone seek therapy is ideal because you're able to get everything that you want out. But like one thing that we as people have to be better at is knowing how to be present for people when how they need us to be present and not necessarily how like we want to be present for them. So Skip is a fucking asshole for that, and that's my piece.
Facts. He and then he tried to like the whole go to therapy thing was just to save his ass. Like he didn't really mean that. He was just saying that so he didn't come off all the way.
All the way.
Yeah, like he was trying to cover his ass with the. Yeah.
He told him to do it quietly. Like it's still like it's a thing to be ashamed of. Like you're not supposed to tell anyone that you know.
Nobody should know that.
It goes back to that whole, like what Kai was talking about, like with the mentality, like you're dealing with stuff. Man up, deal with it. Don't know what to tell you. Life happens. Okay, we all got issues, type of thing.
So, do we feel like it's going to be a thing where in a couple of years they're backtracking on this whole thing and they're telling them to seek help, just like how they backtracked a couple of years ago when they were saying, don't kneel, don't protest, and now it's the thing to do. It's almost like a trendy whole thing to be politically involved and to tell them to kneel and the whole Black Lives Matter thing. Or, is it like performative politics? What is it? Performative politics. Are people really doing it for real, or are they just doing it for the clout? I'm going to kick it over to Kyra because I know she has a few things to say.
So I guess my biggest question to people in the limelight is, when is it actually appropriate to support a cause? Is it appropriate when everybody's already come out about their thoughts on it? Or is it appropriate when you feel like a certain way about it and then you start, I guess, putting effort into it? One of the big things that I wanted to highlight is like a lot of celebs jump on bandwagon trends, like Black Lives Matter, boycott X company, blah, blah, blah. But in most cases, in my opinion, it doesn't feel like they do it for the culture or for the benefit of actual Black people. Is because like now all of a sudden their pockets may potentially be being lined by this one company or are no longer being lined by the company. Prime example is, Offset or Takeoff, or one of them fucking Migos, man, shit,
It's
he
Offset.
pretty much, it is, okay, so he posted a tweet not too long ago saying like, boycott Hennessy, they don't give a fuck about the culture and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, but then he went on and supported another company called Martell or something like that.
He does business with them.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's like, you want us to boycott a company that you have dead ass been giving free promo to for fucking years. And then you tell us now all of a sudden because you want to start drinking this because you about to get paid for it to support this company. I mean, it even goes to like a lot of artists being completely quiet about shit because it doesn't necessarily affect them until it actually affects them. Beyonce being one of them, where I think she does performative politics, where like you don't really hear much about her outside of like, I guess, her silent donations to certain companies, or where she comes out and tell us to vote for Hillary or whoever the fuck else she wants us to vote for. But in reality, like, she's not really vocal about issues that are actually going on in the world. I think she has a large platform to be able to do that, and I don't think she really like takes up the mantle to do that unless it's beneficial. So hey, I'm going to perform this and be this way at the NFL because they're paying me for it, but at the same time I'm going to kind of on the flip side say, oh, also support Black Lives Matter after I've already been paid. Like, what the fuck?
It's kind of like Michael Jordan. You know, he spent the whole career not wanting to really be involved in it. Like, I mean, in his hometown, there was a uber racist running, you know, and he did not speak out against that dude. Dude was so racist that when he won, he says they're upset in Mudtown. Like, Jordan did not want to speak out against that guy because he didn't, you know, he didn't want to upset anybody. Now, you know, I do appreciate now that he says things because he's more powerful than he was back then. But it's like, it's also like super safe to say things now. You know, the NBA has Black Lives Matter on the court every night now. You know, it's all over the NFL games now. It's like, they've made it such a thing where it's like, okay, really you're on the wrong side of it if you don't say that. You know, it's like I don't really have anything against Beyonce when it comes to that, except for like I remember a time where she wasn't as vocal on the subject. You know, so to the point where SNL does a skit, you know, when her records really started going another way, like Beyonce's black. And all the white people are freaking out because they just found out Beyonce's black. They've been listening to Beyonce for years, and they're like, oh my God, when did she become black? Like, think about how comfortable they had to be to write that skit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, think about, like, if you could say, you know, I've done X, Y, and Z or said X, Y, and Z, but they felt comfortable writing that shit because we all thought the same thing. You know, so it's like a lot of the politics is performative. Like, I give LeBron a lot of credit, but even his is performative sometimes. You know, like he got real upset with Daryl Morey saying something about China. You know, and it's like, yeah, bro, but you said you were fighting injustice and equality everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Daryl Morey's just saying the Chinese people are being done wrong right now. You like, hold up now. We don't know all about what's happening over there. It's like, okay, I see.
We know enough. Yeah, like you sound like
an
all lives matter as much.
Right. Like, you know.
Yeah, it's bogus. Like, I guess another point that I wanted to make was about like people who go through their entire career or the start of their career, like the baby. His career started off beating niggas the fuck up. And then now where it's time that we're saying burn the fucking city down, get out here, you know, protest, beat niggas up. He's like, actually, I was just joking. I really don't fight niggas for real. It was just a joke. It was all like. So do you beat niggas up or don't you? Because like,
but
you still a black dude who got profiled. You complained about being profiled when you got arrested in Vegas and all these other places you got arrested at. You wanted justice then.
Yeah.
But now that we're actually out here protesting and we in the streets and we rumbling cops, you're like, you know, matter of fact, look, I know I punched that bitch in the face 2 days ago, but like, I don't know if I can do it to a cop. Like, are you pick a side?
I wish we didn't have this expectation of these people because I don't have it of regular people. I don't think Beyonce owes shit. I don't think the baby owes shit anybody. But if they decide to do it, there's never a win for them. You can't win.
That's not true. That's not true though.
No wholehearted, like, no one's ever gonna view you as what's what I'm looking for. There's no authentic way to do it that's ever gonna please all parties. Somebody could let's say somebody who used to be problematic, like Brian McKnight, right? Domestic violence kind of person. Let's just say, for the sake of argument, that man went to therapy for like years. And now he's coming out to support like battered women and XYZ, and he's hard. It ain't. You see Kyra's face? It's never gonna work.
No.
And
Let me tell you why that's a bad example.
That's a terrible example.
And not only is that a bad example, but where you're going is a bad example. Put it this way. We're not arguing that these people do owe us anything. But what we're saying is they jump up at the most convenient times to be the loudest one in the room. Put it this way. J. Cole going to Ferguson, just going and not saying anything, not taking a camera crew, being spotted there is one thing. If the baby did that, he'd have 17 cameras with him. He'd be writing a song while he was there, and he'd be taking
bodyguard.
So it's like we don't expect anything. Honestly, you can go shut up. But if you shut up, make sure you keep shutting up. They choose
The
to
joke
go
is
in and
that
out of it
people
as it's
call
convenient
they
for
call
them to
fake
do.
that. You can't win. I remember when that happened, and they called that performative.
Time out.
You got to realize that after a point, to just do stuff because you actually
You know
want
who
to do
nobody
it,
says anything about?
that gallery is always going to accuse you of inauthentic actions.
Only when it's convenient. But it's like you're talking about a small group of people that said that about him when he did that. Most people were like, damn, that was some real shit. He got a lot of that had a lot to do with what happened with his career afterwards. Because I mean,
yeah, he became known for.
That's what I'm saying. So as opposed to, like I said, you doing it when it's ultra convenient for you, and then when it's not, you're shutting up. Like, put it this way: ain't nobody looking for Drake to say shit because Drake never said shit, and we don't hold the nigga accountable. When his shit come on, we bop to it because you know why? All we get from Drake is music. That's all we get. We know that's all we get. So what I'm saying is if that's all you're gonna give us, then give us just that. But these artists want to give us just that while creating an illusion that they're giving us more. I'd rather you just shut up.
Yeah, then there's the flip side with people like Nick Cannon, who has been vocal and out and about up until the recent issues with NBC or whatever with them, and then he backtracked and he's just like, all lives matter, like I'm sorry, like whether or not I just felt like in that particular moment, like he should have been Kanye. Like, I stand my ground, I said what I said, either deal with it or get lost. Like, I'll take the loss, but what y'all not going to do is make me go against what it is that I actually believe in. And I thought that was fucked up on his part too. So like Ari was saying, it's a lose. It could be a win, but it can be also a lose-lose.
I only have one last question for you, because now there is no period of time where no one's saying anything. Like maybe let's say 10 years ago, before all the police murders and whatnot, your authenticity could be more easily proven. What do you do now? Say you do wake up and you're like, shit, not only am I black, but shit's fucking up. Like, now, you know, a lot of people are finding out that they're black. Like, they're finding out right now, like at rapid speed. So what if somebody does wake up and say, yo, you know what? I need to start diverting some of my attention, my time, and my efforts towards this, and that. Then I don't want people to feel discouraged from supporting things, because guess what? We weren't all woke, and we didn't all however you get there is how you get there.
But acknowledge your growth, though.
Just say that.
Yes.
Like, all you gotta say
I was stupid yesterday, but today I'm learning, and I want to move forward with blah blah blah.
They don't do that though. They try to creep in the back door like we didn't know.
Right.
And it's like, bro, we know the second the cameras are gone, you gonna be gone with them. So you know, it's like
that's the truth for the long.
As opposed to you saying, yo, like, all right, you brought up Brian McKnight, right? Let's talk about Ray Rice, because what you just described was Ray Rice.
Yeah.
And what he did was what you described, and he did it so long and he did it so much that people actually believed. Because not only did he just do it, but he literally gave himself to the cause now. I'm going to be out here for it. Not I'm going to show up for a couple photo ops so I can get back in the league.
I mean, that's great and all, but when you stop and look at the abuser versus the abused, like, I'm never going to trust a nigga who went to therapy after he done whoop my ass up and down the street. Like, I'm sorry. There's nothing that you could, like, I don't give a fuck if you accepted Jesus or whatever. Like, for me, being on the side of the abused, you can never knock on my door and ask for forgiveness from me, because you did.
Right.
Do you feel the same way about anti-blackness?
Yes. I do. I absolutely do. Because if you can look at yourself in the mirror and be like, fuck black people and whatever, there's no way you can come back to me and be like, oh yeah, I fucked up. Like, I'm sorry. Like, nah, you been had that mindset. You still got it. You just performing.
That's not something you about to stop doing.
People not stopping doing it is politically correct, because the black dollar is important.
They're realizing it now more than ever that it's important. It wasn't like they didn't know before. They're just realizing that, hey, we are really starting to pull our funding back from supporting people who don't support us. So
exactly. That was like, oh, wait, give me your money back. We care. Black lives matter. Black lives matter. Give me your money. Like, no, that's not how it works. You got to put the groundwork in. You got to put some work in. Show me you care. Because I can easily go to a black-owned company, which I'm going to do anyway.
See, the thing with me, I don't need you to show me you care. Show me who you truly are so I can make the decision to fuck with you or not. I don't need you to kiss my ass, nothing. If you don't fuck with me as a black woman, then you don't fuck with my black dollars. And it's as simple as that. I don't need you to put up a sign that say Black Lives Matter or Women's Lives Matter. Keep that same energy across the board. So when we stop supporting you, understand that it's the choice that you made, not anything else.
So basically what y'all are saying is, which makes sense, you can't forgive an abuser, but you can forgive someone who wakes up. Of course, I did like Kyra's reference with the whole he should be Kanye. You know, I like that. Also, I don't know if y'all saw that interview. They interviewed each other. We can talk about that later. But so what if Nick Cannon just went full like Hotep rapper? Like, I know we don't really care about his music per se, but what if he just became like Hotep rapper? Because niggas is always saying they want more woke shit. They want more conscious rappers and things like that. But like, do you think they're gonna show up for that? Lazy people who are requesting more conscious music, more Hotep-like music, and they say it's not out there. Are they telling the truth, or are they just being lazy and not looking for it? Jump in.
They're lying. The thing is, people claim to want the music. They claim to want all these things. And it's like, you never seek it out. Like they're literally sitting there waiting for it to hit them in the face, and then when it doesn't, they're saying, "But what about Beyonce?" And it's like, Beyonce don't make that kind of music, so leave it alone. Like, I don't want Cardi to make that song. I don't want Meg to make that song. Kendrick made it. Go listen to that. Like it's there. It's not gonna be mainstream though, because it's like mainstream is for popular music. It's for music that gets played at functions. It's for music that gets people dancing. When's the last time you heard a conscious song that people were dancing to? I mean, it's usually about a few different subjects, and none of them are what's going on in the world. You know, so it's just like nobody's saying don't go looking for that kind of music. We're telling you to go look for it because it's there. There are people making those songs, and if you really wanted them, you would pull out your device that we all have. You would type it in and you would go listen to it. Then you wouldn't even have to worry about hearing Meg or Cardi or Beyonce because you're too busy listening to your shit. You know, so it's just like, I don't know. It's lazy. People don't want to adjust. A lot of people come from a time where they claim to have gotten all the music they wanted from the radio, but I mean, that's also a lie. If you go listen to the radio songs, they've all mostly been kind of the same. You know, just a different generation. So it's just like, I don't know, who if you want it, go listen to it.
Do you think if more mainstream artists started doing conscious woke music, like we said, if Nick Cannon went Hotep, do you think they would show up for that?
No, because nobody shows up for Nick Cannon's music anyway. So they're definitely not gonna
mainstream people that they actually listen to then. Like
No, they're not. And it's like if Jay-Z decided tomorrow to make an album of nothing but, you know, flowers and all the things that Hoteps want to hear about in the black community, they're not even gonna listen to it.
Right.
Yeah,
I say Jay lost the step. Like, they not even gonna listen to it.
Because I'm a firm believer that niggas be lying about actually liking woke music. I think they just don't want to hear women essentially rapping about their pussies or whatever. But like, for real, if you really like a certain genre of music, then it wouldn't matter who sang it. You would go look for that genre.
Right.
Like, I don't listen to Jhené Aiko. I listen to people like Alex Isley.
Right.
Because that's who I want to hear. And I want to hear people who sound like her, not people that are whispering on the fucking track. But that's just me. So niggas are mad lazy. They don't search for music they want to hear. They just want to complain.
There's like a mentality, especially in the industry, that you're kind of feeling like, okay, like they want the industry as a whole to kind of find and highlight these people in a way that they don't necessarily know that they're pushed out in the forefront to be like, oh yeah, that's something that I really would get behind. When, and the reality of it is like I say a lot of times, it's a music business. Okay, if people were actually going out and actually finding these woke artists, and we're saying that person streams jump by 2 million in a week, the industry's like, sure, cool, here you go. Here's this person right here, right in front of your face right now, because clearly, based on the numbers, this is what everybody wants to listen to now, and we will 100% back it, and we'll go out and find 5 more other artists that sound like this person. Because that's what's happening.
To piggyback off of that, Will, it's like they always say, well, they're feeding us this music to destroy us, and it's like, no, they're reacting to what people want. It's like everybody claims to not watch porn, but they're selling record numbers on the sites. So it's like, what's really the truth here? It's like, it's like, yo, if you really wanted that, the industry would be like, well, shit, this is all people want to hear. We can only give them most def. That's all they'll accept, really.
I can tie that. No, but I can tie that into 2 things to that. Like, when Common came out, and it was Kanye kind of dragging him to be like, all right, you can still be woke, but you gotta give people music they're actually going to want to sit there and listen to.
Get up on this conscious stick.
2 most successful woke albums in history.
I'm just saying, like, and that was Kanye literally dragging him, like, all right, look, nope, come here, get back over here.
Reel it in.
Like, right, okay, because like there is a fine line, like, and I guess people don't want to just be lectured to in their music. They want to enjoy the music they're listening to. Yeah. That's just really what we've kind of come down and broken into. That's why the people who are talking about, like, party like a rock star, so 5 million singles, okay, and the record talking about the Bush crime family is buried in the rock someplace because nobody wanted to feel down and sad about the state of their life. No, I'd rather go in and be like, hey, no, I want to party today. I want to feel good about myself. Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I mean, music is supposed to be entertainment. So it's just like when you go out, you get dressed up. Either you go out with your friends or you go out with, your significant other. The whole point is y'all are trying to get away from everything you've been doing all week. So we want to enjoy this time. How do you enjoy this time? With music that makes people move. A lot of times those rappers, like we talked about Nas last week, a lot of times those rappers don't even want to pick certain beats because they don't want you to dance. They want you to sit there and listen. That's the whole point. So it's just like, if that's the case, just let it be that. Let it be entertainment. Just like we never go to the movies and say, damn, I wanted to learn something. Go to the movies and say, I wanted to have fun for 2 hours.
Right, yes. Like the period pieces and like the educational thought, opening movies, those that get nominated for all the awards that nobody ever watches. But we'll go out and trust me, when that next Marvel movie come out, I'm gonna watch it 3 times.
I'm there Thursday night.
Okay.
Thursday night at 12:01. I'm there.
I'm watching it 3 times that weekend.
So basically, what y'all saying is people can't turn up and party to the woke conscious music, and that's why we're just not.
I'm not saying that you can't. I'm just saying I just don't see that the artists are making an effort to do so. I guess.
Has there ever been a party where somebody bumped Umi Says and everybody ran to the dance floor?
See, okay, but that's it. What defines a party though? Every party is not going to be a bunch of ass shaking and stuff like that. Some parties or kickbacks are just going to be a chill ass vibe.
Okay,
yeah, like you just smoke weed, light some candles, and you might want to listen to Umi Says or Come Close by Common. Like you might
might happen sometimes. That might happen sometimes, right?
Yeah, it's the exception, but not the rule.
But all the strip clubs and bars that exist, and all the fun places and things, like when you go to Top Golf on a Saturday night, Ain't nobody trying to play Umi Says. They grabbing their drink.
But you know what I have
them,
heard though
like,
get played. You know what I have heard get played. Marvin Gaye, what's going on at Top Golf.
But you know what? Okay, so I'm glad you said that. Great point, right? That's one of the times where they did it well. See, you can do it well if you do it well. But like I just said, they go out of their way to not do it. Marvin Gaye was still going to be Marvin Gaye, even though he had something to say. You can do both. But people either do one or they do the other, and they say, these people won't patronize me. And it's like, you know, like you said, Marvin Gaye did it.
I think a lot of people do it just to say they do it. Like, you know how when people, like a couple years ago on Instagram and Twitter, they would hop on and say, rise and grind, time to get up and get this money, and then go back and go to sleep. Like, they wasn't really doing that shit.
I've literally watched people do that before. Like,
that's what it is like for people that say, I want Hotep woke music. You really don't want that shit. You just want to say you want it because it sound good while you burning your sage.
Yo,
Makes you look.
That was a
read.
That was a read.
A sage though.
To somebody, it makes you look smarter.
Y'all passing out because y'all the demons.
I want to jump in on just one more point, just going back down into my rabbit hole, whatever. A lot of the time, certain songs, they stick with you depending on what you were doing in the moment that you heard it. Okay, that's why so many club records resonate with us, because you were in a bomb ass party and a certain song came on and you were like, all right, like for the fellas, like, yo, that lap dance I got when that song came on was bananas. Okay, and that sticks with you in the back. You know, every 15 years from now, that song will come on. You'll be like, yo, this is my joint.
I remember that one time.
I remember that one time. Or it could be something. All right. And I'm just saying that's just one example. You could be at a beach. You could be, it's always going to kind of relate to what your environment was at the time that makes the song resonate with you to be like, okay, cool. You know, so that being said, if you're going to do woke music, hotep music, however you want to, you know, what mood are you trying to put the person in? Okay. Are you trying to make a protest theme?
What's the vibe?
Right. What's the vibe to it all? What's the connecting thing that's going to sit there in the back of somebody's mind when they hear it 10, 15 years ago? I mean, years from now, that's going to say, oh, I remember when. Because if it's just something that's just like, oh, yeah, I remember going through Spotify and hearing this song, and it was just like, oh, wow, yeah, he was deep. And then I kept driving. You know, it's not going to track. So keep that in mind, musicians out there.
That's a legit point, though. That's actually a really good point, because it'd be like trash songs that we're holding on to, all because we just had fun that day, or we did some super ratchet stuff and whatnot. So, like, I don't know, like, I definitely remember, like, where I was when I first heard, like, a 50 song, and not to say they're great songs, but, you know, like, I remember being in the car, it was Cousin Kenny. Like, who was like, yo, you got to listen to this. Like, you know, he was forcing it down my throat. But I was like, oh, okay, as we go and do ratchet things. So, good old 50 Cent. But if we didn't have 50, like, would we miss anything? All right. What were we saying? Oh, 50. Do we lose anything if we lose 50? Like, because has 50's music really stood the test of time? Is it something that we really going back to? Like, outside of maybe a random song here or there in the club, you know, like, oh, okay, but like when you get in the car and you about to pull off, are you about to pull off to some 50?
So would y'all like the short answer or the long answer?
I mean, you can give us a short.
I want to hear your answer, and then you can hear my answer.
Okay, well, both the short answer and the long answer are no. Like no. Like
no.
No. Like we don't like. So the only thing I can say if 50 was gone completely that I'd miss is Game's first album. And to be honest with you, I can miss Game's first album. Sorry, not sorry. Other than that, I mean, I don't listen to 50. I don't go back to 50. He had Get Rich or Die Trying. It shined so bright, it made all of us blind, and we didn't realize where we were. And we got confused by it for a second. And then 10 years later, we don't even talk about it. 15 years later, who really cares? Like, it's just, it is what it is. The Massacre had, what 2 or 3 good songs on it? Well, I don't even know the name of the rest of those records.
Do I lose?
As a matter of fact, he was so, it was so bad that he had to resort to a gimmick with Kanye just to sell records. Def Jam came up with that not for Kanye to sell records because Kanye wasn't having problems. Just saying. So no, 50 don't offer enough.
Straight out of Cashville, and that's it.
Okay, I can lose that shit too.
I think that's it. I don't care about anything else. That's it. I lose Young Buck's album.
Bro, I can lose all of GUnit and not care. Like,
I would miss Young Buck though.
I would miss Young Buck's.
Take Olivia with them.
Y'all know what I would miss? I would miss the Tony Yayo dance. That's what I would miss.
Somebody would have thought of this.
Do you think so?
Not John Cena, okay? Like, we would have lost John Cena because
I don't care about him either.
It's John Cena.
I don't care about wrestlers of today. Like, they don't even count. John Cena
We're
can
gonna
go
lose
as
the
well.
Rock. It's all right. So,
That's what I'm saying. Like, come on, man.
All right. So, can I counter?
Yes.
All right. There's 2 things that 50 Cent contributes to the timeline. And it's kind of debatable, but number one that was undeniable is in the early 2000s, 50 Cent was a superstar. Okay? His album sold Get Rich or Die Trying sold almost 10 million albums. Okay? So there's an influence in that.
So did Nellyville. I just want to point that out.
That's true. That is very, very true. Okay. What kind of happens from that is because of his success in all of that is there became the kind of the anti-50 movement. All right. Because he's so big and influential and GUnit is this powerhouse in the industry that the anti-50 Cent, well, we're over here rocking with artists that not necessarily are pro 50 Cent GUnit acts. Okay? And what do you have in that category? You have your DJ Khaled's, you have your Lil Wayne's, you have everybody over here, you know, that are starting to kind of bubble and we're going to rise on this side of the hip hop spectrum. Doesn't necessarily have to be, you know, full.
That's where you went with that.
Oh, absolutely. Because it's so true.
Is that where you tried to go?
No, because it actually is true. It actually happened. Okay? You can look up when DJ Khaled's talking about the most influential albums of all time and he leaves 50 Cent's ones out of that. He says, yes, it's a classic, but I can't get down with it because of what he has kind of done to the hip hop. 50 Cent fractured the hip hop game. Where guys were kind of like, I don't really like you, but I'll still do this song with you. 50's like, I got beef with everybody. Okay? So, and that forced everybody.
So my thing is like, oh, okay. Saying that, right? Are you saying we wouldn't have got Khaled otherwise? Are you saying we wouldn't have got those dudes otherwise other than the fact that they were the antithesis of 50?
I'm not saying that you would not have, but conflict chaos, you know, conflict and chaos is a pressure builder, all right? And from that, it forces you to move forward, okay? Without that pressure to kind of be like, all right, you know, there's not the things that are there. And like I said, this is just more like, I'm not trying to like say everything.
No, I get where you're coming. Yeah.
Right, yeah, this is just kind of things that I'm just remember about in the time because I remember how big that they, right.
I'll counter
how big that they were at that point. And you know, if he was just another New York kind of street dude that just kind of came out and been like, okay, cool, that was whatever, and you moved on. It's the fact that he had so much influence, so much control. I mean, like he forced guys to Koch Records. He forced them off of major labels because major labels are afraid to rock against Interscope. He made Interscope the most powerful being in the industry at one point.
Wasn't it already that though? You talking about the same Interscope that housed Eminem?
No. Yeah, they had Eminem and that was great. But then you had Eminem, 50, and Dre. Now you was like, cool, we control radio. You know?
It's just
And they did. Are you going to tell me they did not?
Here's the card I'll play. No, here's the card I'll play. Here's the card I'll play. I could even say it would have been better because if we didn't get 50, you know what we got? The first 50. Ja Rule just continues to flourish. And it mostly ends up the same. Mostly. All he did was take the place of something that was already established. If you think about it.
Dude, we get way better Ja Rule albums. You know what? Can we go back and remove that nigga?
Oh my
Can we
god.
You know what?
Can we just
I don't know if you do. I honestly don't know if you do, because Ja Rule was going down this I'm an MTV artist.
And where did 50 end up with AO technology?
Hold on, Mordecai, jump in here. Jump in here.
My thoughts on 50 Cent is he's the ultimate hip hop antagonist. But his antagonizing people was influential in pushing certain artists and certain entities, like antagonizing Diddy and antagonizing Jay-Z. Even though you might think, oh, he's not that important, they looked at him like, okay, this guy's a problem. He's affecting shit. We got to up our game up to keep up with the goofy shit that he's doing. Even though it might not look like it on a small scale, he affected a lot of things in hip hop just from his shenanigans.
So we're saying that his cultural impact is what's most important because it's clearly not his music.
It doesn't necessarily have to be his music. It's like what he was, what his influence, like what Mordecai is saying, what his influence was. That's a good way to kind of put it. He was an antagonist. An antagonist is to push the protagonist along through the story.
And I'm saying somebody else would have been that.
But it was him. But that's what I'm saying. It was him.
So if
somebody
it wasn't
could
him,
have
it
done it, but it
somebody
was
else.
him. He was the one who did it.
If we didn't get him to do it, somebody else would have done it, and they probably would have made better music.
So you said we could have got an asshole
because I'm saying like
50's claim to fame, his legacy is literally being
controversy.
A troll that sold wife beaters.
He's Tekashi. So you basically saying he's Tekashi.
Worst legacy in hip hop so far.
His legacy is Tekashi. I sell records because of controversy.
He's not Tekashi. He's not Tekashi. But what I mean, because Tekashi never had the label influence that 50 had. Okay, 50 literally had record labels dropping people, to not get crushed. There is a lot to be said about having that type of influence, and that's where I kind of get at. Like, he created the whole anti-50 Cent movement, which allowed people to be saying, "Look, we have to up our game. We have to kind of move things away." And in a sense, there's a part of me that almost feels like 50 Cent kind of isolated New York rap because he bodied it and took it over so much that we couldn't get out of that pocket for a while. And that's just my opinion to it.
So he hurt New York rap.
He did.
Well, he did. He absolutely did.
He did.
Yeah, absolutely did.
Right, he
not
did.
a good legacy.
He's that big.
Remove
that big.
Can I make the point that Jay was also doing that shit to people? Just behind the scenes.
Remember.
And as a matter of fact, he still is.
Hold on. Remember, at this point, Jay-Z had dropped the Black album, was like, cool, I see you.
But he was still fucking with people behind the snes, though.
Right.
He was an executive.
Notorious for that.
He's an executive. At that point, you're supposed to be doing
Even before he was an executive, he was known for playing dirty.
Once again, right, yeah. But at that point, he said, I'm not going to, quote unquote, be in the rap game. He's like, hey, cool, I'm going to push Rihanna and Kanye at this point and make money and, live my life behind the scenes, quote unquote. Where 50 Cent was just like, I'm here, I'm not going anywhere, somebody remove me. And as far as the New York East Coast hip hop scene was, he kind of buried anybody who tried to, The Locks, they tried to. They out-rapped them. They could not outsell them.
Talk about.
What?
Only person that he buried was Ja Rule, and that was because he had the feds on his side. He didn't actually take down anybody else.
I'm not talking about taking down. I'm talking about, like, outselling. Influence.
I mean, I said, Nelly sold 10 million. Are we going to say that about
He didn't go against Nelly, He wasn't trying to take Nelly's hat off. He literally said, I run New York. and he was right.
Yeah,
You
at
know?
a time when New York was failing because they couldn't get out of their own way. Once again, we're giving him credit for something he just kind of came in. He walks up to things as they're leaning over and pushes them over. And we're like, yo, he took down the whole thing. Nah, not really. He happened by it at the right time. That's all.
All right, so does 50 have like a top 50 all-time song, a top 50 beat all-time?
Absolutely. But
What? Real quick, what is that?
a 50 beat?
Yeah,
what?
beat is, yeah.
Are we talking? Oh, wait, hold on.
You got us.
I'm on the edge of my seat.
Are
Right.
we talking production-wise? Or are we talking just like
Whatever you like, really,
Anything.
whatever. Right.
I get money?
I'm sorry, what?
I get money.
What?
Oh.
You know what? All right,
That's
podcast over.
Oh.
God
Wow.
damn.
Wow.
That's a top 50 beat?
For 50, yeah.
Okay, no.
No.
You said a
mean
top 50 beat.
Overall, we
Overall,
didn't include.
Oh, you didn't say that. That's not what you meant. I thought you meant with the top 50 set beat.
Like,
No, we talk about top 50 beats. You know, we just want to know when you think of like the top 50 overall all-time hip-hop beats, does 50 have one? Because
No, he doesn't have a top 50 overall beat.
okay, because I was about to say you definitely put that up against Grindin.
yeah, I was about to.
No, you said, I thought you said the top 50 beat. I thought you meant like, oh, okay, a top 50 cent, 50-50. You see the you know what? Never mind.
No, no. So grinding is a top 50 beat. Grinding is absolutely a top 50 beat. It is. That's it. That's it. That's it. Grinding is a top 50 beat. I don't understand, like, how did it come up? Still tipping versus grinding. Then we got on the subject, is grinding a top 50 beat? Like, it's simple. Okay, the simplicity doesn't matter. Like, it's a top 50 beat.
Wrong. You're wrong. That felt good.
You feel better? How long have you been holding that in?
Oh, I mean, that's just,
Wow.
that needed to be said.
Wow.
Okay, look, listen. Grinding is a popular beat because it was easy for you to go to your cafeteria in high school and bang on the fucking table with it. It is 4 notes on a Triton keyboard, all right? Not even a good Triton keyboard, okay? Pharrell came across this and was just like, all right, yeah.
He rolled
no
into
doubt.
it out of his sleep.
Yes, literally. He could have flipped the Triton down the keyboard, down a flight of stairs, hit quantize, and probably come with a similar beat.
The
Okay.
cat probably walked across the keyboard is what happens.
I'm just saying. So, yes, it resounds with people because you were able to go back someplace and recreate it. And that's why everybody is so in love with the grinding beat. Okay? As production standpoint, and like I absolutely have been there. Like, sometimes you just make something, you're like, this is dumb. This is so stupid. And everybody else around you is like, yo, dude, that is fire. And you're like, cool. Like, it didn't even sound like a Pharrell beat. You know what I'm saying? That was something he got away with. It was kind of like, you want this track? All right, no doubt, man. Yeah, that's what you want in your project. And then the Clips got on and spit something crazy.
That was it.
And then they're just kind of like, he's like, cool, this works. Yeah, let's put this out, But as far as producer-wise, he got away with that one. Absolutely, He got away with that one.
Yep.
Like, that's not even top 50 Pharrell beats.
Like, it's not better than Dropping Like It's Hot, and that's a simple-ass beat.
So, okay, so the beat, but we can say it's a top 50 song. Song versus beat. Because overall, the song, you can't
song does make the beat better, for sure.
Maybe the impact of the song, if I sat down and thought about it, maybe it could be a top 50, but I can't say yes off the top of my head. I can't.
Because who doesn't like that song, though?
I'm just saying, because
who don't like the song?
But consider this though. Consider this, right? Like this is how you do it real easy. You can take Jay, you can take Kanye, right? That's two artists right there that are gonna have 5 or 10 between the two of them. So think about all the other people out there and all the other songs. We might not get Grindin in the top 50 for real, for real. Be honest with you.
Ellis. Oh no, we're gonna find out today.
I'll take top 100. Top 100 is also good.
Don't move the goalpost now, big boss.
That's calling now, yeah.
I definitely feel like y'all are underestimating the importance of the song "Grinding." Like
we love Grinding. We know what it was.
We know what it was, right?
Yeah.
You know, but it's not beautiful,
today, Danny, because this is about you.
So, are you about to do the thing? Are you?
Yeah, sounds like you're about to do the thing to you.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we haven't gotten a chance to do this on the new version of our podcast, but we used to play a whole game called Talk About. We about to make Danny not lie.
I like that game.
So
I feel like we should insert like a theme song like right here. Or I'm just gonna pause for a second.
So I have 4 production discographies pulled up, all 4 that she's well aware of, and I'm going to start with Kanye.
Oh.
I could do this from memory, but unnecessary. So I'll even handicap it. Let's just start from 05. Let's just. It's about to be terrible.
Oh, man.
Is Grindin', matter of fact, I'll start earlier. Let's play a little game. Is Grindin' better than Get By?
Answer the question.
Now, you see how you started off bad? Like, wow.
People want to know.
I'm not even. I'm playing fair still. I'm playing very fair.
You are playing very fair. Because
fair.
I would not have started with Get By, sir. So kudos to you.
That was ugly.
Playing super fair.
That was ugly.
The answer is no, it is not.
That was something I would have done.
Let's move to 005. Let's keep it simple. Is Grindin' better than The Corner?
Oh, this is about to get ugly.
I interject for a second.
Sure, absolutely.
Please.
Yeah, I bet you knew what
I hear a lot of shitting on the Grindin', but neither one of those songs you just named have a big enough cultural impact as Grindin' had when it comes to beats and people beating on a table in classrooms and lunchrooms.
We were already doing that. It's called the 80s. We were doing that already.
You was not doing it in the 80s.
You weren't doing
what we're
Grindin'
talking about.
beat.
What we were talking. No. What we were talking about is it a better beat?
Is it a better beat or is
So,
it?
Yes.
But y'all was doing a lot of
I'll go ahead and assume your
impact.
silence for answers, Big Boss, and I'm going to go right on ahead to Can't Tell Me Nothing.
No.
Okay.
No.
I'm only picking one per year too, randomly at that.
You don't even have to leave some of these years to get.
I'm just trolling at this point. Is it better than Amazing?
Ooh. No.
Yes.
No.
Mark that one. Mark that one, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes. Yes.
No. Not a chance.
Yes.
Nah.
Okay. I'm literally going year by year. Is it better than Devil in a New Dress?
Fuck no.
No. These are my questions.
I'm just going through one.
I don't want to give you the run to answer them. I want to give you the chance to mess it up.
That's easy mode. I'm going to skip over to The Alchemist. Fun.
See, I'm not William. You might not get me.
Oh no,
he's gonna get you.
Oh no, I'm gonna get you.
He's gonna get you.
Because is Grindin' better than We Gon' Make It?
No. No.
I hate the fact that you thought about that long. Like, What is happening? Like,
All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and move. Like we're already like 10 deep so far, so we can imagine how much worse it could get.
I said a top 50, so
We
but
could,
the point
do this for about 100.
we didn't try hard.
We can go there.
I'm gonna move on to displays really, really quick, and I'm just gonna pick.
Oh, I was gonna do just plays. All right, that's cool. You do that.
Just for a couple.
Okay.
Is Grindin?
Wait, can I do one too?
Yeah, sure. And as a matter of fact, y'all take these two. I did one. Y'all take these.
Okay. Go ahead, Alice. You want me to go this one?
I mean, I can go if you want.
Okay. I'll go. No, you go first. You go first.
Maybach Music 2. I'll go Justice League.
wait, who was on 2? Like, don't.
Kanye.
Oh, that's no.
Right.
This is actually a good game.
This is a terrible game.
This is a fun game.
We haven't even like gone down the rabbit hole all the way. Okay.
Anywhere.
Is grinding better than lap dance?
Yes.
What?
Yes.
Are we thinking about the same lap dance?
Yeah.
No. Can't rock with that one.
As a
Okay.
Jersey resident, I'm offended for Vita.
I'm offended for everybody on that song. Like, what do you mean?
This is a good one because top 50, we're gonna make a lot of people mad.
All right. Is grinding better than you don't know?
You don't know.
No.
Wait, you don't know.
You don't know? You don't know?
You don't
Give
know.
me 5 seconds. We can get away with that, Will.
Got it. Yeah. 1 second.
I got another one, by the way.
This is terrible.
Yeah, I
Is
got
it?
another one.
I mean,
I got another one on that very same album that was better.
Think about it, they don't know. You don't. I don't hear. Is it playing?
It's not playing yet. Hold on. It's taking a while to load up.
You should already.
Oh man.
Ari, like, why do you do stuff like this?
Because I want to
He
see
likes-
if you actually go against your own interests or if you tell the truth.
This is Ari off camera.
Yo.
Oh man.
Because
All right.
I help you, because you're not going to tell us a lie.
Ari be in his room with a hip hop Ouija board. It's like, fuck it.
It's very, very important for people to, tell the truth, right?
I mean, yeah, grind. See, what's happening here is something we always talk about, though. We always talk about nostalgia and how it affects how we feel about certain music.
Man, I said top 50. So, like,
But grinding, like, when you really, like...
I said possibly top 100.
As much as I like grinding, when you said it, even top 50, I was like, yeah, nah.
There's 50 Kanye songs better than that.
I mean,
I didn't even
fair
say.
enough.
I didn't even say we major to you or diamonds from Seattle. I didn't say any of that. I didn't say.
It's just bad, man. It's all
You could
bad.
still
Yeah, no.
yeah, so no.
It's a no.
No.
It's a no. Well, I'll go for you. That's a no. Like,
And I want the audience to know, like, yo, we're really just some bunch of hip hop nerds. Nobody is like down talking grinding, but we're trying
I
to
love
put
grinding.
things in proper perspective.
That's what I'm saying. Everybody loves it. I don't know anyone who doesn't love it.
we
Like,
all
Because
love it.
people love it for the nostalgia and the community base of it. All right.
Kyra, you love it too, right? Say you love
You
it.
can, I do love it, but you can
Okay.
also love it and realize that it's not top 50.
There you
Okay,
go.
but top 100? Like, I don't know. Like, what do I have to?
I might
Like,
have
you really
say
got to go
top
through a
100.
series of songs to say it's top anything. And, like,
Everybody
It's way
was
too many
voting.
fire ass beats to be like, nah. That maybe 250.
It's such a level. It's such a
Like,
loved
if
and
I say-
lovable, recognizable. Everybody knows it. You don't know
It's
anything.
recognizable, but it doesn't make it a better beat.
I can't think.
If
of
I
too many
say
songs.
Devil in the New Dress is a top 10 beat, most people are like, yeah, okay. Like, just,
You know, if I say Pastor Cavassier is better than Grinding, nobody's really going to, as a beat, no one's really going to look at me and be like,
yeah, no,
Yeah,
not as a
you're not-
beat. No, I'm not gonna say
Right.
that.
It's better. I can hear it now. It's like, yeah, it's better. Yeah.
'Cause that shit is low key fire. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
It's fire.
yeah.
I'm
I
just
didn't get
saying-
enough credit from Pharrell right there. Like that was.
No, it
you
is.
know,
Yeah.
it's not taking anything away from Pharrell because
Love it.
Pharrell has fire. He has straight fire.
If there's
Okay.
nothing else we do on this show is going to not be those hip hop fans.
Right. No.
We're
Right,
not going to be
right.
those hip hop fans that say this is only gonna. No, some stuff is
We
better.
will not let nostalgia take over.
Right.
Grindin
But I
is
also
dope.
think that Pastor Cavassier is just as simple as Grinding beat making.
No, not at all.
It's a little more
Look,
complicated.
In my opinion, from
Yeah,
a non-producing ear, to
Oh,
me,
yeah,
it
yeah.
sounds
That's
super
fair.
simple.
Oh,
That's
all right,
fair.
Okay.
Regular
I can-
people. I'm not.
I can hear like I mean, first of all, Grindin is only two things. So like that right there is just
And I guess, but we're looking at the whole song. Like I don't know the song,
Like,
but like it's
I know.
like
I
once you
think I
hear
still know all the words.
No,
To
you
Right, of
Yeah.
course
know what it is?
So do
all
I.
the words, like we all
You know what it is?
know.
You know what it is? I think like for me, just specifically, is like once you actually sit there in front of the machine, the mystique and like the awe of it all kind of gets pulled away.
See,
You know, it's not like he sat there and like did all this digging.
Wait, okay,
with
so
one-
that's all he
I'm
did.
glad- hold on, wait. I'm glad you said that because you two, and slowly y'all are turning Ari into that too, but definitely you two. Y'all like to reveal how the wizard does things. So like when we did the whole like the sample game the other day and y'all were going in like, oh, you should know this is Kanye. Like I don't want to know every Kanye sample. I don't give a fuck. I don't need to know
But it's
what
like
you
mad
use.
obvious,
No,
though.
that's y'all. That like y'all gotta know. And I'm like, it don't necessarily make the song better or special. Like I'm sitting here like I need to know the sample. I just want to enjoy the music. I don't ever need to know what the fuck he did. Y'all like to ruin it like Santa Claus ain't real, nigga. All he did was Santa
This
Claus.
nigga ain't real.
Like,
The
I want to
fuck?
ruin shit, but he did like, no, I don't care.
The jolly
Like,
white
let
fat
me-
nigga don't exist.
Right,
Fuck
like
outta
let
here.
me think that the Tooth Fairy is real. Y'all old
No.
hate ass. All that
No.
nigga did was a simple look. I don't.
That's all he
Was your
did.
daddy putting $5 on your
That's
pillow at night?
right. Like it wasn't.
Y'all trying to ruin shit. I don't.
Santa Claus ain't
I
getting
mean,
no credit.
Telling the truth is never going to ruin it. Grinding is a classic song.
It's still a good
It's
song.
not
I
as
still
good
like
as
it.
It's a classic
Okay,
song.
I'll accept that you say it's a classic song.
It is a
Yes.
classic.
Classic
We
song.
all agree
It
on
is
that.
a
Yeah.
classic hip hop song.
All right.
Yes.
But it
I
is
am
not
saying
better
it is a
than New
classic hip hop
Godflow.
beat.
I'm sorry, it's not better than what?
It's not better than New Godflow.
Oh no.
It's not better than Mercy.
It's not better than Heart of the City.
It's not better than any of those songs, but it's okay to
It's
say
not better
that.
than
It's
any
not
beat
better
on the
than
beat.
All I Need.
Like,
We're not
like-
tearing down Pharrell's
Them-
legacy by saying
no.
this was really classic, but there are songs that are better. That's hip hop in a
Like-
nutshell. We
Like
don't
I said,
tell people nothing.
just to counter the point you just made about me and Will also agree with Drop It Like Hot is a simple beat as well. But it was still better than Grinding though. Like it just was. Because it was pretty much just as simple. It just that those two things that got put together sounded better than those other two things that got put together. So that's it.
All right. Are y'all?
It's okay to say it in hip hop. You're not disrespecting nobody by saying, "Yo, that's dope. That's dope," but that's not as good
Right.
as.
Yeah, classic
we-
record.
Yeah,
Like,
no one's getting disrespected at all. It's
No.
just, honestly, Pharrell got one and it came out still fire. Like,
Hot Damn and Virginia off the very same album are better beats.
Yeah, they're better. Yeah, Hot Damn is way better. Way better.
Better beats.
I
Yeah,
love
Pharrell
it.
has way better stuff, but that's his number one thing, I guess. If we all
Right.
went back to one track, it's
yeah,
Grindin.
we
right?
didn't
That's what
even
it's known
list
for.
Timbaland's tracks. Like, like, I'm saying, like, yeah.
Right. All right. It's a classic. We agreed on something.
Okay.
Definitely.
Points. Like, you know, y'all tortured me a little bit. We brought it in. This really, really great. Mordecai, you still here? Mordecai came to my rescue too. Like, he was ready. Like, y'all being real disrespectful.
That's not the kind of company you want to keep. That's actually going the other way. Like, I'm just saying. Like,
Don't do Morty. Don't do Morty.
Man.
Morty, are you there?
Oh man, I didn't say any DMX songs. It's not better than any of the DMX.
I don't say any.
Here you go.
I mean, you know the ones I'm thinking about.
Oh yeah. Those top 5.
Not
Right,
being greedy.
Like, what's my name? Every time I hear "What's my name," I want to throw somebody in front of a bus.
Although, you know what? Unpopular. I might give it over Rough Riders Anthem, production-wise. Because that's simple as hell.
Nah, it is, but it's still.
We're about to start a whole clan war on our Facebook.
I'm from Yonkers. Like,
and
you're not about to be able to go back home. Shit.
Right. And he, we're about to end on a good positive note before and everything. So I am going to. All right, guys. So thank you so much for coming out and listening. We shed some tears. We laughed. There was some shade thrown, but you know, thank you very much. Follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Where else are we at? Instagram, YouTube, the Derelict Collective. You got to go, you know, the rest. Thank you. All right.
We made you.
Yes.